Good afternoon, my friends. Grim here. Well, evening in the game, afternoon where I'm at. We are in Solitude, having finished up our previous chapter, with some selling off camera, as we often do, which brought us back to Solitude, the closest big city. So welcome to Chapter 9 of Halvar's Saga. I think what we're going to do here in Chapter 9 to begin is to assist the people of Hellmarch and try to become the Thane. We've got 2 out of 3 left, so we're gonna fast travel back to Morthal to take a look at who else can be helped, and also to get a vibe for how the city's doing after we've cleared out the Vampire Coven. On that note, another thing I did off camera, we kind of finished Chapter 8 on an anticlimactic note. We killed the Master Vampire, but couldn't find his body. I went back off camera, found the body. I don't know if I missed it or if it was a glitch, but either way, we got his loot. We also found a chest that I missed too, so apparently I just wasn't seeing everything there was to see in that cave. In fact, as proof, we've got Movarth's boots, the vampire's boots. He had quite the collection of boots, and we got the ones that he himself chose to wear. If we ever buy a house in the near future, maybe that will be... those boots will be prominently displayed. Stay sharp. So, I just want to say, as we begin Chapter 9, thank you so very much to everybody for watching. This is so much fun. I really do just love playing Skyrim in my free time right now, and being able to share it with you makes it all the better.
Well, look at you. If only everyone acted like you did.
I agree.
Tamriel is full of wisdom and magic.
I agree, Jarl. Very wise.
You have their eyes open.
And I'd like to say thank you even more to all Patreon supporters. I know that
keep your guard up.
Nobody, frankly, who signed up for Patreon signed up for me to play Skyrim rather than Magic, but here we are.
I do what I can to see that Idgrud's time isn't wasted.
Ooh, we can buy a house actually here in Morthal. I'll have to think about it. I don't know if I want to live in Morthal, but that's good to know. It's probably a cheaper house than
Please don't mind
lots
Yorick.
of the other ones.
I haven't Mother. Someday I'll be Jarl. Mother reminds me often.
Well, I'm really just trying to find another
the way she has.
minor quest to
Gorm thinks I'm
complete
mad.
for somebody.
He doesn't say it, but I know he thinks it. Is he right?
Okay, nobody in High Moon Hall is going to give us a quest. Maybe, is there one already in Miscellaneous? I don't think so. Alright, gotta poke around town a little bit more. But yeah, House in Morthal could be cool. We are, of course, playing the Special Edition, and thus we have the Hearthfire DLC installed. I understand that you can kind of build your own home from scratch, in addition to...
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I'm just a poor man trying to make a living. I'd leave Mortal were it in my power.
I'm still waiting for her to come home.
Ah, very sad. Alright, well, the search continues. What about maybe that wizard that we kind of blew off when we were getting ready to go vampire hunting? There's got to be something else to do here in Morthal to complete that quest. We could check out the inn, or we could go over here to Falion and Alva's house. I think Falion is the wizard, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe we begin there. Okay, he's not there. Don't want to break in. Not trying to get a bounty here. Just trying to complete a quest, and Alva's house is still just as we've left it. Kind of torn apart by her vampirism. Morthal, an odd little place. Look at the guards just walking through the water. I repeat, Morthal, an odd
You've
little
been a
place.
good friend to me. That means something. Morthal used to be a quiet place, but oh well, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that. They haven't made me a guard, even though I've been asking. So I'll take odd jobs, anything that comes along for now. All right then.
Thought maybe we could get a quest off of him, but no such luck.
Please, I haven't Mother's gift. Not quite.
This hut again with nobody manning it. Well, an uneventful start to Chapter 9, but... Alright, let's go check out the inn.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
My mother and father died years ago.
Jörgen and I
takes care
both
of
work
them now.
hard, all the time. Murthal is important to both of us. No. Well, sometimes, but that's not the problem. I just often don't have much to do, so I tend to try things out. They don't usually work, but I try. Next thing I know, I've used up most of my stock.
Well... And you don't seem to work your counter. I assume you're the thaumaturgist. Your husband must be very patient. Must be a very patient man.
Don't fret over the gloom. There's nothing to fear. Old Lorbook will brighten your spirits.
There ain't much to
Just
offer,
lend him
but if you
your
want a
ear.
place dry to spend the night, I'll rent you a room. Slow? No, it just ain't there at all. Few enough reasons to pass through Morthal before the war started. Now, well, let's just say the front door doesn't get much use. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face.
Oh my
Make you look
goodness.
completely
We're
different.
getting all the same
You believe
rumors,
that?
even from this place. Maybe we're not meant to be in Morthal because it is a boring little place now that we've kind of had all the excitement that there might be in store. I do just want to poke around that little bit more to see if there's any way we can finish this quest. We've talked to most people in town, I think. Might as well make sure we're not really leaving stones unturned
I
here.
asked Valiant if someday I could
Have you seen my mother? I'm
But
still waiting for
he
her to
doesn't
come
like
home.
that idea.
Yeah, we've probably got to find Thalion wherever he is.
I'm just a poor man trying to make a living. I'd leave Mortal were it in my power.
Okay, nobody's home.
I just want to be left alone to do my job. To enjoy what little free time I have when I have it.
Oh, I hear you there, my friend.
Trust you saw the house that burned down. Peculiar bit of business that was. And that's on top of noises from the marsh in the night. Tales of monsters.
Well,
This wizard in our midst. What's a man to do if he can't look to his Jarl for help?
I understand all that, but we have already kind of dealt with that stuff.
The world's going mad, and our Jarl does what? She hides inside with her visions. We need a leader, not some mystic.
You don't trust
How
her?
can I? She never speaks with us. She's allowed this wizard, Falcon, to live in our midst practicing gods know what. And now there's talk of rebellion and dragons? What help could Idgrod be against them? No. We can only rely on ourselves. You do well to remember that. Good day.
Words of wisdom, my friend, but...
Good morning. Until next time.
Well, I wonder if we could...
Good morning.
just chop wood to, I think sometimes this can help people out. If not, maybe we make a little bit of money. Sell the firewood. while we're having kind of a low-key morning here in Morthal. Don't worry, guys, after we do or do not finish this quest, I think what Halvar's aching to do is to take the war against the Empire to the next level, so we're gonna go meet up with that next,
The mill is my responsibility, and that's what I care about, that's all. Honest gold for honest work.
Hey, that worked! We have assisted the people of Hellmarch.
Until next time.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the 3 things that we did were chop a little wood for a guy,
Fighting dragons.
beat a kind of odd job layabout mercenary in a fist fight, and those are 2 of the 3 quests, and then the 3rd quest is we discovered the murder mystery, stopped a vampire coven from taking over, and also went out into the marsh and cleared out the master vampire. So, you know, 3 tasks of roughly equal import, am I right? But now,
Tamriel is
will you
full.
name me Thane?
I speak and others hear. Then by my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Hellmarch. Congratulations. I grant you this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now.
Alright. Blade of Hellmarch. I don't think I like it. It is, well, it's one-handed, it's also, as an offensively oriented melee character, you don't really want low-level creatures fleeing from you. So, some paltry gifts in Morthal. That just shows you sometimes, you know, the questing can come at great risk and be a little bit of a dead end, so that just reaffirms Halvar's desire to go back to liberating Skyrim. So let's check out where Falk is. Down here, right around where we started in the south. And, let's fast travel back to Helgen. Let's go back, my friends, to where it all began. This horse keeps appearing when we fast travel. Maybe we're traveling using it. That'd be kind of cool. A nice loyal steed. Take a look inside Helgen, maybe? Before we go? Sure. The gate's locked, which is interesting. Bandits.
Just a scratch.
God, no!
Charge up this weapon. Looks like we're gonna need it. So Helgen's still a total ruin after that dragon attack. Whoa.
Foos!
Missed my foos. Missed my attack. You know what I forgot to do with my shopping was to buy healing potions, but I think these bandits will helpfully provide. I guess we can clear out Helgen. Seems like the right thing to do symbolically, and also the kind of strategic thing to do if we are indeed liberating this region from the Imperials. Might as well liberate it from the bandits as well. Might as well make sure, of course, that this is not in fact a bandit hold or an Imperial hold to begin with.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
I have to say, Annika is pretty darn strong.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Foos!
Oh, my fooses are not hitting. I think that one was just out of range. Blocked to death. How does it feel, Bandit? Potion of brief invisibility. Yeah, part of the nice thing about being a tanky melee class character is that you don't need so much to worry about these things. Potions of invisibility, whatever. You know, a lot of this stuff is kind of how we left it, which is kind of cool from the very opening sequence, and it also feels like a lot of the potions were found in the same spots, you know? So the potions have replenished themselves. Love to see it. Let's try to do a quick run through this. We don't need, obviously, to be too cautious here. We're comfortably wrecking all the bandits for now. We've been here before. Oh, here's the Bandit Chief. We'll see if she poses a challenge. Nope. Not quite. Oh, Halvar, how far you've come.
Open!
I'll paint the snow with your blood. Die already, so I can take your stuff.
Die already, so I can take your stuff. That, if nothing else, is quite honest. Ooh. Hello. I don't remember that chest from the opening sequence. Maybe it is not there, giving you a little bit of a extra reward for coming back through Helgen a second time. Or maybe I just missed it the first time.
Now ain't this a surprise?
I wonder what's down there. Is there a way back up? Do I care? Whatever. Halvar is feeling eager to get to the encampment, I guess, I assume, is where we're going to link up with our allies and brethren. You see, the spiders know what is good for them. They're not going to poke their gnarly heads out. I'll take that back. So I hope I remember to do this by the time I actually get there. I guess we're just about there once we finish clearing the outer Helgen.
Huh?
Oh. This spits us out outside here, so we'll just fast travel back. Just clear out Outer Helgen real quick. That horse again. Pretty cool. I was gonna say, I hope I remember to do this, so let's just do it now. I would like to crank up the difficulty, which has only been on Adept, the default setting, because I'm not, you know, min-maxing my character, I'm not looking anything up, I'm not using any exploits, and I'm not playing for a challenge per se. This is a roleplay, this is fun, this is a good time. But part of the roleplay, just what I remember from my first time through anyway, the Stormcloak questline is really cool, but
Where are you?
the battles are some of the coolest, but they're also too easy. So to make those feel more epic and impactful, we'll crank up the difficulty for them. Why not? We'll risk life and limb for the people of Skyrim and their freedom. Pretty hyped to find all these potions, not gonna lie.
Time to die, hero. God, no. Can't wait to.
Gotcha. All right. Helgen appears to be cleared. Has got Halvar feeling, again, like we've come a pretty long way since it all began. Now, just to basically go back the way we came, I'm just, not sure if Helgen would say cleared or not. It doesn't, but whatever. We've cleared it enough, I think, to be satisfied that whatever pitiful bandits may or may not remain will be no threat to the forthcoming Stormcloak hegemony over this region. Eerily beautiful. Greenish blue borealis above. People might think I'm totally insane, but if I had enough money to just kind of move my family wherever I wanted, not worry so much about the day-to-day living expenses or what to do for a living, I would live somewhere very northerly. Somewhere with the Borealis. And here we are at the Falk Reef Stormcloak camp. Hello.
We can't wait to kill another Imperial.
Brothers and sisters, well said.
Next Imperial I see is dead.
Yeah, let's go. Galmar.
Look deeply into the faces of the warriors around you. These are the true sons and daughters of Skyrim. See her strength and nobility in their eyes.
Absolutely.
You're going to Fort Newgrad. They have some of our boys locked up there. But with a little luck, we can turn that to our advantage. I've sent some men to scout out the area. Meet them. See if you can't find a way to slip in, free our men, and take over the fort. They'll never suspect an attack from the inside. This won't be easy, but that's why I'm sending you. You got the grit to get this done?
Nothing I can't handle.
Talos keep you.
Alright. A little bit of a stealth mission.
If it isn't ice veins. Hi there. What do you need?
Ice veins, huh? Hey, he stocks the exact battle axe that we use. Maybe we made it trendy. People say that Halvar wields a dwarven battle axe with magicka damage, and the smiths and the enchanters have gotten to work on replicating it. Our legend grows. I'll sell you the Blade of Hellmarch. That is thoroughly unimpressive. Very disappointing.
It hurts.
Oof.
Talos guide you.
Alright, off to Fort Newgrad, which is down here. And we're gonna meet just going south and west along the road. Okay, I can't really tell. Yeah, definitely supposed to go around Helgen, I think. Might be a way through. There's definitely a way around. Let's not just get turned around unnecessarily. Had a lot of good pictures to use for the thumbnail last time. Almost too many good ones to choose from. We gotta make sure we're in the same spot with every new chapter. Truly enchanted evening here. Really makes us remember what we're fighting for. You know what I mean? Whoops. Okay, there we go.
Can't wait to kill another Imperial.
Rayloff, we meet
Who
again.
do you think's killed more Imperials? You or me?
Me.
Well, look who it is.
Well, maybe not.
How have you been? Good to hear. I need this to go well. This is my first real command since they promoted me after Whiterun. You know, some nights when I close my eyes, I see the battle stretched out before me, like I'm still there. Do the men you've killed haunt you? Mine do. I suppose you're right. They say it gets easier. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. But never mind all that. We've got a job to do.
What is the plan, Rayloff? Congrats on your
We
promotion.
found a cave under the lake. With luck, it'll lead into the prison. I need you to sneak in there and free our men, killing anyone inside as you go. Once you've rescued the prisoners, head out to the courtyard. We'll stand guard out here and rush in as soon as we hear fighting. Should be fun.
Not much for sneaking.
I have faith in you, but if you find more trouble than you can handle, run out to the courtyard. We'll come as soon as we hear fighting.
All right. Here goes the least stealthy stealth mission of all time. I do believe our sneak is still at its base level. Whoa! I thought I'd be able to just start sneaking out there, but literally already failed the mission. Alright, that's what happened. Let's go. Better this way anyway. Full-on assault. Gotta send a message. Yeah, there was a scout outside, I guess. Who knew?
For the sons of Skyrim.
That's right.
No more. I yield.
Even on a higher difficulty, we are quite too much for them to handle. All right. Look at this. Look at them caging our comrades. Despicable. Die, Imperial.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Oh yeah, just as soon as I get the loot. You know how it goes. Is there a way to unlock all these, or are we picking? Probably picking, that's fine.
Thanks. Get me out. Here. Let's teach these bastards a lesson.
I like the spirit. You may wish to find some clothing first.
All right.
To say nothing of weaponry, but... would Halvar not do the same in their position?
Hope I don't. Last but not least.
Okay.
Let's go. Be all right if you've got time to complain.
Now what?
Thanks. I thought I was going to rot in here. We have rabbits again. So, what's the plan? Sick of rabbit. You'd rather be.
We're taking over the fort.
I've got a few scores to settle. What's the plan?
Guess we'll keep going down for now. Doesn't look like they're... Whoa, okay. Bizarre little underground pond. Don't think there's anything there to see.
There's more of them somewhere around here. Lead the way.
Just make sure there's nothing we're missing of major import there. I don't believe there is. Okay, I guess we're just supposed to go back outside. Something about the dialogue made it kind of seem like there was more to do in here, but apparently not. And we haven't been up this ladder yet. We came in the opposite way, so... Oh, here we go, a pitched battle. Love to see it. Ah. Oh.
Why'd you join the Stormcloaks?
Our boys are too efficient. Killing machines.
Damn faithless Imperials.
Stormcloak is worth 10 Imperial men. Imagine trying to defend Fort Newgrad against the Dragonborn and a small army of veteran Stormcloaks. It is not gonna happen.
For the glory of the Empire!
I think it can be realistic to take a moment to poke around for loot because we're trying to find, like, you know, any Imperial battle plans or other things like this. Oh, you are routed. That is right.
Mercy!
Mercy? I think not. I don't mind investing a little bit early on in the speech tree, the price reduction stuff. I think it's fine. Halvar is more silver-tongued than he may at first appear. You know?
No more! I yield! I yield! Oh!
You forfeited the option to yield a long time ago, but it would be cool if there was an option to take prisoners, you know? That would have been a decent opportunity to do so. Oh, these, I hate to say it, but these scrubs, these noobs are, they're just trying to fight with a bow in close quarters. I think they need to get, they know they need to get lucky with a kill shot before I close. Because if I, get too close, it's all over for them. Here we go. An Imperial missive which reads as follows. Legate, as ordered, I have assumed command of Fort Newgrad. Morale is low, and the ongoing chaos in Helgen has left our supply lines dangerously vulnerable. Pale Pass is all but closed due to avalanches in the mountains. We need more support, or our garrison will not withstand another attack. Ah, that's what it's like to work for the Empire, to fight for the Empire. Your morale is low, you're left to half-starve, and then you meet your end. the hands of Halvar the Dragonborn. They could have just allowed us to worship Talos. Instead, it had to be this way. The last Imperial just sleeping, sleeping through the massacre of his entire garrison. That about sums it up. We need to put the difficulty all the way up next time for these missions because the Empire is a joke. Even their chests are just filled with nonsense. I should be putting on the lockpicking necklace, but by the time I start, I don't feel like backing out. But if I'm not going to use it, might as well sell or disenchant it, right? Anyway, there's a decent chest. Got to report back to Ralof, who's over here, I guess.
Legion soldiers.
Hail, friend.
Like fresh fallen snow and clank like a kitchen. They head this way, we'll know it. Great work. Get back and report our success. I'll stay here and clean up the mess. Glad you're here. Couldn't have done it without you.
Godspeed, friend.
Keep your eyes open.
I long to be out there with my brothers, waging war against the Empire. Talos guide you.
Very well said.
Talos guide you.
I'll fight the entire Legion myself if they dare show their faces here. Have you always been that ugly? Hope I don't draw guard duty.
Whoops, that guard walked in the way of the picture.
If you've got time to complain.
Next Imperial I see is dead. Probably because I'm not the Dragonborn.
Talos guide you.
Faithless Imperials. I bet we have or die well. I'm getting
oh, a cool shot of the victory. The victory gathering after the liberation of Falk Hold. Love to see it, my friends. So, I think we should go report back to Ulfric Stormcloak. Let's do that. Haven't been to Vindhelm in a minute. We can do a little buying and selling there, as always. And as always, I'll try to do that off camera. Maybe if we're just doing it real quick, it's fine to do it off camera, or on camera, but overall, I'm trying to improve the density of quality content. Looks like we'll be arousing Ulfric from his sleep, but with good tidings. I know he's wandering the halls. My lord.
I'm proud we liberated Falkreath from the Empire. In many ways, it's the heart and soul of Skyrim, not to mention its rather strategic position. Some brothers have taken to calling you Bonebreaker. Evidence of your ferocity and determination, a fitting name. So we shall all call you thus. The war demands so much from us. And we give all we have to it and to the people. but I've kept a little something to offer you in appreciation. Please take this on behalf of all the brothers and sisters. And I need capable and loyal warriors close at hand. So I'd like to offer you a home in Wendhelm. Speak with my steward, who'll make the arrangements.
Very nice. So, Halvar Bonebreaker, Halvar Ice Veins, and Halvar Bonebreaker. We can also buy a home in Windhelm. I'll probably do some kind of home buying soon. I'll have to think about it. You tell me in the comments below, should we buy a home in Windhelm, Morthal, Whiterun, Solitude, one of the Hearthfire ones, whatever. You let me know if you have a preference. But Jarl, what is our next move?
Get over to our camp in the Reach. They need every able-bodied they can muster. You'll be doing whatever Galmar tells you to do, and causing as much mayhem as possible for the Empire and any Jarl who supports them.
Understood.
For Skyrim.
You know, I say that at work a lot. If, like, I don't necessarily want to agree with what somebody's saying, but I want to acknowledge them and kind of validate their the things they're saying, even if I don't like it, I'll just say, huh, understood. It's an underrated phrase. You guys should use it. Anyway, let's take a brief, what's the word I'm looking for, interlude to buy and sell. Maybe take a rest at the inn, and I will see you on the other side of that. Talk to you in a minute. And friends, we're back. We're still in Windhelm, having slept the night at Candlehearth Hall. We're feeling well rested. We've emptied out our inventory, and we have, in the course of prowling the city, discovered another exit toward Windhelm Docks, which caught Halvar's eye as he swam to approach the city a long time ago, several chapters ago. And he's very curious to see what awaits here at the docks. To come out of the LARP for a minute, I've never been on these docks before, and I've never done what we're about to do before. But I do know...
I don't appreciate them right back.
I do know that we are about to discover the passage to the Isle of Solstheim, which is a major component of the DLC package, Dragonborn, if I believe I'm not mistaken, and I've literally never touched it, so it's very, very exciting.
I have questions.
And let's see what we've got. The East Empire Company. See, even before the DLCs in my initial playthrough, I never touched any of that.
Staying out of trouble, kinsman.
So let's just talk to everybody on the docks.
Shavi knows the dock doesn't look nice, but fresh air is good for the gills. Oh yes, after all, what's the point in being miserable all the time? I know life on the docks isn't easy. Sometimes life puts you in difficult circumstances you didn't choose. But being happy or unhappy is a choice you make, and I've chosen to make the best of things that I can.
Well said. Let me make sure we're recording. Yes, we are. You can't argue with that.
Our talk.
Some Argonian wisdom.
If it's better board you're after, Candlehurst Hall's got both.
Looking, I can take you to any port on the coast.
I think we're looking to go beyond the coast, but thank you.
Northern Maiden is ship-shape and ready to go.
Captain Gallen does the business around here. I'm just a ship's mate.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, you won't find a finer vessel than the Northern Maiden.
Solstheim?
Surprised you've never heard of it. It's an island northeast of here. That's a small dark elf town called Ravenrock, and a handful of Nords living in Skal Village. People don't usually sail over there unless they have a
Ravenrock and Skal Village.
It can be a pretty rough place.
An isolated northern island. Nords and Dark Elves. This sounds right up my alley. I know about what I told you about Solstheim. I know literally nothing else about it. So, super
I'll get
hype.
you a fair price. Not many people headed over there these days. If you ask me, I can't blame them. Things aren't what they used to be out there. They still pay me for supplies and passage, and I can always use the coin. Still interested in heading over there?
Yes, Gjallund, you're an honest man.
You've got yourself a ship. We'll cast off immediately.
He sounds so unenthusiastic. Well, he gives us a fair price. He tells us the truth about Solstheim. And here we are. For the first time ever, I am approaching the Isle of Solstheim. Now, in this Halvar saga, I've discovered plenty that I've never seen before.
Here we are.
But nothing,
Welcome to
no
Ravenloft.
region
Just
as yet
be careful
before
here.
this one.
Things
has been totally
aren't
new.
what they used to be.
Raven Rock discovered. Let's go. Beautiful sunset. Who is this?
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions.
None of your business, Dark Elf.
That's the kind of attitude that's going to land you in prison. But I'll let it go for now. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement, but the Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles, and when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home.
Interesting. It does look beautiful. Why are you so suspicious of outsiders?
As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here, and we've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there. Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. An attempted expansion? Revenge for the enslavement of their people? Or perhaps both? Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland.
Fascinating, and kind of reminds me of Warhammer fantasy lore.
Well met, Admiral.
Northern Maiden is ship-shape.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the Dark Elf Isle of Nagaroth and the Lizardman Kingdom of Lustria are kind of similar longitudinally, and probably had some conflict in the past anyway.
Last time I rode Gjalland's ship, I was even me guts for a week.
That armor is fascinating. I don't even know where to begin, guys. I'm like a kid in a candy store with a brand new area to discover. Scathe-Craw. See, if you watch the series, you've seen me harvest almost nothing, but I'm gonna harvest whatever this is because we gotta discover everything. Morvain Manor.
You lost.
You lost. I don't know, perhaps.
As the wife to the second counselor of Raven Rock.
On behalf of House Redoran and as Councillor of Raven Rock, I bid you welcome.
You've never heard of House Redoran? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses.
I didn't even know that Solstheim before today wasn't in Skyrim. That's cool.
And Redoran. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory.
Are you sure you're not from Skyrim? Because that sounds a lot like what Halvar believes in.
I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library.
I like this guy.
Solstheim is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway. Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skarl Village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to
We'll have to check that out.
The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange
How
lot.
much longer do you
But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and weaklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this.
Fascinating. All of this reminds me of a real-life place that I'm pretty interested in, Svalbard. It's an island isolated far to the north. There used to be a functional mine there. There's not much outside the main settlement of Longyearbyen. I wonder if this is based on
It used to
Svalbard.
be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago.
All we can do
Now, we're barely holding out here. Without the mine, Raven Rock doesn't feel like it can last much longer.
Okay.
My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
As the wife to the second.
Any news from
Oh,
Baden?
I sit down and she gets up. That's really
We were
funny.
able to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost.
Sure.
A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived. Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine?
Unreliable
One of the sailors survived.
postal
Poor
service.
thing crawled all the way to Raven
You
Rock
hate to
on his
see it.
hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers. Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio. May I have a word with you, counselor?
Of course, Sindiri. What troubles you?
I was concerned
sit
about
in on
our
this.
food stores. Jalan can only carry so much on each journey, and I'm afraid we might run out.
I'll speak with Garen and see if we can't increase the crop production this season.
Annika's yawning. She finds it boring.
Sorry, Sindiri. I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this year.
A real
If you
gloomy...
need a ride back to if you're looking for passage to Vardenfell, you're out of luck. No ships are heading that way anymore.
A real gloomy, kind of fatalistic feel about this place, which is cool, makes for a good atmosphere. We'll see what we can do to change it. Really interested in this Skarl village where the Nords live. Alright. We've met the ruling class, basically.
As the wife to the second counselor of Raven Rock, it would be...
It's a relatively humble but well-apportioned hall. And we've got all the new Solstheim music. Pretty cool. There's an Ancestral Tomb. Oh man, I'm feeling the vibes here, my friends. I'm feeling this place. It's cool AF. I don't know if we want to go in an Ancestral Tomb right away, do we? We could.
Prospecting for ebony. You're wasting your time. The mine's as dry as a bone.
Oh, it's an ebony mine? I think ebony armor is really powerful, if I recall. That's pretty cool.
Glover, keep moving.
Oof.
Obey our laws, or suffer the consequences.
Quite a hostile welcome. This is a barracks, I guess. Evidence chest? Yeah, looks like it. Alright. Bone mold armor? Whoa. That stuff might be honestly worth stealing. I don't think I've ever used bone mold armor. I don't even know if it's heavy or light. It looks heavy based on the weights, but I could be wrong. Something to make a mental note of. We've got Flynn. All kinds of drinks I've never seen before. Dudes!
Councillor Morvain is the only reason Ravenrock has
I had no
survived.
idea this was so involved. This new area.
Squatting isn't tolerated in the
This
abandoned
is cool.
buildings. If you need a place
Okay,
to
the
stay,
Bulwark
head to
Jail.
the Corner Club.
Oh, beauty. Beauty, beauty. Beautiful. Glorious. Alright. Maybe the responsible thing to do is to poke around town a little bit more to maybe get another quest or two or some more knowledge before we venture out into the wild, but we're here. We're already going this way. Let's go this way. What is going on here? Ash spawn fighting a guard? Ooh, these things are pretty strong. Annika's got the Ghost Blade and the Wabbajack.
Victorious again.
Flawless Amethyst, Oracleum Ore, Spawn Ash, a lot of really valuable things that they drop. Declaration of War. It is going off right away in Solstheim. Ooh, this is cool. Old Atius farm. Oh, we just find bone mold stuff right away. Alright, let's pick it all up. Elven bow. Wow. Just judging based on the items and that are dropping and how tough those things were, this might be too advanced for us to get super far.
I wasn't sure
but
I'd
we'll
make
try.
it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here. Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them Ash Spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped. I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I'd be glad to lend you a hand.
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Very well. Where do I begin?
We were searching the farm when the Ash Spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
What are these Ash
No
Spawn?
one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago. But I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back. We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, But it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses. Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is.
Alright.
Report back to me.
Before I turn the note over, I would like to read it. And we might as well try on this type of stuff, too. The armor is an upgrade over our mildly enchanted steel armor. We'll put that on. And it's cool. Don't use a shield. The helm, armor 37 versus the steel horned helm. It's the same thing, so we might as well match. And I think the dwarven bracers are still better. Right. And the boots, 26 versus... Yeah, our boots are better too.
Anything unusual.
So we've got some mismatched armor. But so be it. When in Rome, wear the Roman legionary armor. And we're going to do the same here. So, Declaration of War reads... Raven Rock Stronghold, my calls for the unconditional surrender of your forces and an immediate cessation of all hostilities has been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose on Solstheim as hostile and to treat Raven Rock Stronghold as an enemy of the Empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I will do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. Wow. Well, and it's from General Falk's Carius, garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth. You know what? Any enemy of the Empire is a friend of mine. I am with you all the way, Captain Veleth. I discovered this note.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Falk's Carius, but that's impossible.
Why?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place.
Okay.
There's no way he could still be alive. If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm going to head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults.
Oh, next step is
Be
to
careful.
kill the
This General Carius sounds out of
undead
his
general.
mind.
Notably, there's a chest that is open and empty. Maybe just for show, but maybe something relevant there. Alright, suppose we do wish to... Oh, so this is how you fast travel back? Okay, so we'll say no. Raven Rock, Fort Frostmoth. Solstheim looks pretty big, which is pretty awesome. I am hyped. Alright, let's turn this quest on and make for the fort. Just explore the edge of the coastline quick before we do. There's something kind of alien about Halvar's appearance now with this helm. The armor is cool, the helm is definitely something different. But the helm is, or the armor, as we say, is pretty sweet. Man, this place is kind of blowing my mind right now. It might not it might not be the same for you guys who've seen it before, but wow. I kind of knew from the jump about this and that I wanted to do it at some point, but I had no idea, again, anything about it except that it was a DLC. No idea what we were in for. Reaver Outlaw. Whoa, we got some rogues.
I'll cut you open. Filthy rot.
No, Nothing Annika can't handle, though. Reaver Lord. A spell sword type. Pretty cool. Pretty worthy foes. The helms are good value to pick up. We don't need to really pick anything else up now that we've got a full set. Wreck of the Strident Squall. Hey, this is where that book might be, too. You can mine Heartstone? Dude, so much to discover here. Alright, let's go.
I'll cut you open.
Glorious. I wonder if because Solstheim is so northerly, maybe it's kind of like in eternal dusk. That would just make it even cooler. Again, I'm kind of thinking about Svalbard. How sometimes it has 24-hour sunlight or night, and then sometimes it's got, like, dusks that last most of the day. The Pig Children, that's the book that Grelod the Kind was referencing with her abusive orphanage. You hate to see it. Okay, we've got an East Empire Company strongbox. Fascinating. Time to put on the lock-picking necklace and try to get through this expert strongbox here. Okay, I can't even tell if any of them were... Here we go. Nice. The East Empire Pendant.
Huh?
Gotta be careful not to drown. Let's just see what's beneath, though, if anything. Nothing that way. I'm taking a deep breath in real life. As if that'll help. Not much. But what is over this way? A dead Redguard. There truly are lots of different groups of people and of non-people, like those ash things that seem to be competing over this isle. Can you go down? I don't even want to bother. Let's not get too sidetracked here. You know what I should do is turn on that quest, but it's not visible on the map, and it is turned on. Alright, fair enough. Keep looking, and here we go. Big chest. Lusty Argonian Maid Folio. That's what you've been after. I see how it is. Well, whatever floats your boat, I guess. Cleared the wreck. That was a cool little detour. I'm gonna say that everything is really cool because it's all brand new to me and because I really like the vibe here thus far. We're catching Luna moths. We're regarding with fond admiration the burned, impaled corpses. It's just so beautiful. Such a time to be alive. You know what, before we go too much further, because we can fast travel back to either of these, let's go back to Raven Rock, let's get the lusty Argonian Maid folio back to its rightful owner, and let's maybe poke around town a little bit more before we go, you know, whole hog into the... What the heck's going on? Is there another Ash something attack?
That's it? That's all you've got?
Yep.
Boos!
I want your soul. Oh, don't have a gem large enough anyway. Maybe if I charge a bit.
That's it. Ran away, I guess. Splendid. Another mouth to feed. Citizen.
Hey, you're welcome, guys. I hope that other mouth to feed reference was not about myself or Annika.
Make way.
Mike, why? Now, where were we?
If you've got any gripes, check in it more.
Couple Nords, huh?
Captain Gjalland does the business.
Oh, these are the sailors.
I'm the ship's mate.
Talk to Captain Gjalland if you're looking to book passage.
Modin Veleth, Captain of the Redoran Guard, at your service.
Can I help you?
Don't let the state of Raven Rock fool you. Our desire for Raven Rock's return to its former...
I thought she'd be in here. Isn't that where we found her the first time? But, aha, she's out and about.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our...
The Master calls.
The Master calls.
What is going on? The Master calls and they won't she won't respond to my...
The Master calls.
This is freaky. What kind of cult are you in? But we gotta go see.
The idle mind sleeps.
Annika, you gotta be on guard. We don't know what we're about to get into here. Abandoned building. Man, there's much to see and do here, we can tell that much. Magnificent. Well, I think there's a chance that we could run ahead and see what's going on, but everyone else is walking. Let's just walk in a procession with them like we know what's going on, like we belong, like we're not at all put off. I meant to comment upon this kind of glowing obelisk in the distance. We saw that when we landed at the docks, and it looks like that is where everybody's coming to make this mini pilgrimage.
That they have forgotten. Here do we toil.
Here do we toil.
That we might remember.
By night we reclaim.
What by day was stolen.
Oof.
Far from ourselves.
He grows
Huh? I interrupted that guy's line with the bump.
Now through him do we see.
Our hands once were idle.
I've got to use one of these lines for the title of the chapter.
Then does he speak. And when the world shall listen.
And when the world shall see.
And when the world,
that world
remembers.
will cease to be.
That they have forgotten.
Here do we toil. That we might remember.
By night we recline.
What by day was stolen.
Far from ourselves. Our eyes once were blinded.
Now through him do we see.
I wonder who him
Our
refers
hands
to.
once were idle.
And when the world shall listen.
Well, I can't interact with the woman that we followed
the
here.
world remembers.
Oh, I just clicked activate on the Hearthstone. Didn't even mean to.
That you have forgotten.
What the heck?
That you might remember.
By night we recline.
What by day was
I
stolen.
don't know if we're comfortable with that, but you can join this group,
Far from
interact.
ourselves.
All right.
He grows ever near to us.
Well, that was absolutely not what I expected upon returning to the settlement. And the captain didn't have any updates for us either, so that is interesting. We'll have to look into that more. But frankly, Halvar is a little bit more worried by that than he is by the prospect of going to take on this Ash Spawn general, right? So let's just go do the latter. So we've got to head east. In this land of seemingly eternal twilight. Well, it's 2:38 a.m. I guess we could conceivably have been here just all night. And this is just what night looks like, but if it's noon and still looking like this, then we're gonna call it eternal twilight. Ash Hopper Jelly. Alright. A little hut. Rodolph's house.
Foos!
These things are definitely a little scary. maybe a lot scary. Jeez. The good news is we're making just a real killing compared to everything we've consistently seen thus far in our journey. But like I identified upon our arrival, that comes at a price. The price is definitely some increased difficulty, like across the board. And we might have our work really cut out for us here, but definitely not turning back now. It just might be worth pointing out that it could be tough going. And it might also, alright, good to know if we ever want a lot of Hearthstone. We've seen a little of it back near the farm, but we see a lot of it at Hrodulf's house. But what I was going to say, for both the purpose of extending the pleasure of a brand new piece of content to me, and also, in order to kind of take it easy on ourselves, it might make sense to do a little bit in Solstheim, then go back to Skyrim for a while. Know what I mean? Kind of tackle this new territory piecemeal. Especially because I don't seem to be able to find the trapdoor. There we go. I was like, I know there's a trapdoor here that we just saw. Got to get the axe out, because these enemies are tough. We've harvested some souls. We've got to...
Did you hear something?
Reaver Thug.
Foos! Time to die, Outlander!
I don't think so. I think Annika's gonna get you with a ghost blade. And a girl. A note reading, Hrodulf, light and strength, I feel your words are not your own, and I worry dearly for your health. I beg of you, please depart that blasted isle and return to solitude at once. My nights have been almost impossible to bear without you. To lose you would be the death of me. My love, if you do not return soon, I will come for you. From Bjarnulfr. I sometimes hesitate before taking stuff like that because, like, it doesn't take up any weight in your inventory, so that's all good. But to have a million trillion notes over the course of a playthrough definitely is a little annoying. Ditto keys, right? There should be a mod where you only see those things when they're relevant or something. At least the keys. Anyway, the journal of this the man who owns this hut. 1. I've arrived in Solstheim and moved into an old house on the hill by the shore. Whoever lived here before is long gone. That should be whomever, but whatever. I can see well out into the waters from my vantage here and can hear all things behind and around. Dunmare bandits wander the woods at night, but I don't fear them. 5. Skipping 3 and 4 notably. There is a calling from the depths, a rumbled drone that sings to me at night. I've started sleeping in the basement and keeping a knife near. The call is loudest down here. I will to be ready for whatever is coming. 6. It is as if a great machine reverberates beneath me. 10. I tire of waiting for the caller underneath to emerge. I walked to town and bought some digging tools. Shovel, shovel, pick. I started to break down the wall behind the bookshelf and dig down slow going. I put the bookshelf back when I finished digging. Why? No house guests here, but I feel I have something to hide. So the writing and the mind is degenerating in tandem. 13. How can I make Bjorn hear what I have heard? I must not lose him, yet I must remain in this place, for I know I will know the truth soon. 23. The murmur in the earth and we talk, I lay my head against the dirt. 51. Fire from the deep. Creepy. Creepy, creepy. And yet darkly fascinating. activate bookshelf. I almost missed this. Whoa. Whoa. You know, I love Skyrim more than almost any game, right? We should probably take this pickaxe, because we might have some mining to do. I love Skyrim more than almost any game before I discovered this, but with all due respect to OG Skyrim, you can tell that this is, this was designed a little while later. It's just a little more advanced and clean. Bjarnulfur was a spellcaster, and we found his note. Bjorn, do not come to this place. I have not much self left. The earth will take us both. H. Well, it was a note to him from the other one. Really cool chest. Bracers of Alchemy, not that we use that. Orcish Sword of Reaping. And we're seeing some Dwemer gadgets here. A couple of really good shields. Well. Well. I don't know what to make of this, that it just kind of terminates here. Let's have a seat and look around. It can be easy to miss stuff sometimes for me. While I'm talking, while I'm actually playing. But looks like this is about all there is down here. I thought I saw something saying activate, but that is Annika. Well, it's kind of all, like, it feels like we've accomplished, okay, it's cleared, yeah. Feels like we've accomplished what we needed to see here, but at the same time, there's not really, so far, a point to the resolution of, you know, that little story between those two. So I don't know if somebody in town needs to hear about this or what, or maybe whoever was from Solitude, their family. We shall see. But now that we got that pickaxe, let's see about mining some Hearthstone. And I really wonder what that's good for and how valuable it is. Some of the first real mining we've done with Halvar, isn't it? It's too bad he can't level up a mining skill. Actually, that's probably a good thing. It's tedious enough to do smithing and enchanting sometimes. Imagine just leveling up mining. Would be pretty epic.
Huh?
Alright. We're right here at the, within striking distance of the fortress. I guess we're gonna go check it out. Maybe we'll just
I've got your back.
preemptively give
What
some
do you want
stuff to
me to carry?
Annika here.
What do you want me to carry?
So we have room to pick other stuff up. We'll just give her stuff that she can't re-equip erroneously, right? All this ore and these ingots and stuff like that. Flynn is an interesting drink, I guess. Hearthstone, weight 1, value 100. Holy moly. We'll give her Mauvarth's boots in case she wants to put those on, I guess. Give her some weapons that hopefully she won't use over the... Ghost Blade. Alright, we made plenty of room.
You lead, I'll follow.
Let's go assault this fortress, my friends. And that'll probably be where our video ends. This has been awesome. Discovering Solstheim. Fort Frostmoth. And we're in for a real fight here, make no mistake. We've seen
Men,
how powerful
an invader
the
has entered the
Ashspawn
fort.
are.
Prepare yourselves for an ambush. Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Taking all kinds of fire. Gotta kind of swing and move, basically, right? And loot. Can't forget to loot. I'm gonna drink a resist fire potion. These guys are strong. We hear Annika fighting. Where is she? These guys have intelligent AI too. Well, maybe not, as this one gets itself trapped on the stairs, but that's just because we baited it, right? Oh, the other ones, are they, like, regenerating? Or are there new ones that have just spawned, no pun intended? This is just a hunch, but I wonder if, like, looting the ash prevents them from regenning. Because the elf said something about them just kind of coming back, right? So I'm just going to take everything because it's all good value anyway. But also in case that's a thing. There's some epic fights, my friends. Hope you're having fun. Pow. Alright, looks like it's actually becoming dawn. So maybe my call about it being Eternal Twilight Land is not correct. Sadly. It's a beautiful dawn, though. And it was a beautiful night, so who could really complain? Annika, your name is Crag Jumper. You need to teach me to jump a little bit better because I'm kind of, I'm just getting stuck a little too often here. Alright, let's get into the fort, see what awaits. This is where the real test could come. These things don't get stunned that badly either. They're just tough, man. Oof. Just two randos and I need to drink a few potions to stay alive.
Foos!
Plates and pots. Why did I go all the way around and not see? There it is. Just missed it. Okay. Imperial Armor. A reminder of what is the true hidden hand behind everything bad in the world. Not to exaggerate. Oh, we still have the lockpicking necklace on. I've been going without the knight armor. Or the knight necklace that increases heavy armor, I mean to say, this whole time. That is unhelpful, but we'll change back after we get this. Once again, I've gone all the way around and haven't actually found where it starts. I think near the end of videos I start flagging a little bit, missing things, playing a little bit worse. Natural enough, I suppose. Now let us remember to put our tanky necklace back on. Alright, Annika, I'm glad you're with me. Once again, I'm feeling a little jilted that, you know, I can't take a squad of these guardsmen with me for this mission, but I guess as an outsider, it kind of makes sense that I'd have to prove myself. Alright. There's an exit, but we're not going to take it, because there's another wing, at least, of this fort to be explored and cleared.
Foos!
Wow, there's a lot of them here, I think. Only two. It felt like a lot, though. Where's the other ash pile of the one we just killed? I'm gonna let that sit to see if it comes back. Because I just have that inkling. I might be totally wrong about it, you know? But okay, can't get in there. We found a named skeleton, Maximian Axius. He's got Inkwell and Quill and 4 letters to Selena. I'll read them later. I do want to read them. I think the video's getting a little long. And I think right now it's way too dangerous to really spend time reading letters that are not immediately relevant. But we'll read that next video when we're safely back in town. What am I trying to do? Necklace of lockpicking. Master, is that harder than expert? Probably. It's a good thing we haven't lost any lockpicks in a while, because we're losing a lot of them here. Okay, I just had it. What the heck? At least had it started. There it is. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Hype. Iron boots of hauling, that could be cool. Just a cool enchantment to know some good quality of life upgrades. Very available to you. Jeez, look at the price on this Cyrodiilic brandy. Like I said earlier, a kid in a candy shop with this area. Totally cool. Alright, this ash thing hasn't regened, so maybe my theory is bunk. We've got spider webs here. Oh my goodness. Jumping flame spider. Holy crap. Okay. Did that thing just explode by itself? Like kamikaze mode? I think so. Alright, if you manage to kill them, they don't seem to explode. And there's a ruby geode mine there. Albino spider. Dude, what's going on? This place is so weird all of a sudden. Alright, Annika has our pickaxe. Yeah. Damaged albino spider pod. And then a regular undamaged one.
I've got your back.
I guess I need that pickaxe. Yo.
You lead, I'll follow.
Let me know if you've played this DLC content before, what your first impressions were of Solstheim. Especially if, like me, you've played a good amount of Skyrim in the past without ever coming here. Were you as kind of impressed as I am? Because this is pretty cool, if you ask me. Something a little zen about the whole mining thing. Oh, Annika, you better get out the way. Thank you. Not that I want to do it again, but here we go. $100 gold per ruby geode. Can't pass it up when we're trying to buy a house. I don't really know how much they cost relative to what we have, but... Okay. Is there a way through here? There doesn't really seem to be. But there's plenty more. Yeah, we just discovered here to here, and we're like, maybe there's another wing, and there's a whole entire, just like, huge fortress still to go. So, we go back up. Can't go through that door just yet. So I guess we probably have to go this way to find the key. I'll tell you what, Halvar is kind of thrilled in a big, like, with all the discoveries we've made and all the money we've made. A big part of him wants to kind of, like, go back now and make sure we get out alive. Go back, kind of collect our bearings, sell some stuff, make a ton of money. maybe reconsider our gear a little bit before we finish off the quest, but the adventurer's part of him is saying, we've got this, press on. So I guess that's what we're going to try to do. There's the key. Ildari's journal. It's been almost a month since unearthing the crypt at Fort Frostmoth, and I haven't seen a single spark of life in the General's remains. Grafting the Heartstone to the subject is proving much more difficult than I had originally anticipated. I've used almost every method I can think of, and still there is no sign of reanimation. At this rate, it could be years before I make any progress, which is time that I just cannot afford right now. If my vengeance is to come to fruition, I need results. If not, I may need more drastic measures. Finally appears I'm making some progress, blah blah blah. The general opens his eyes, so they're trying to reanimate this dead leader. General Carius awoke fully today on day 55, bolted upright, began staggering around like a blind man. He ignored commands, hearing her voice increased his hostility. Was able to remove the Heartstone before he became violent, but the results unexpected. Day 59, the general, still unable or unwilling to listen to commands, appears to have his own free will, increasingly paranoid, convinced I'm a spy or the enemy. This is pretty cool. Beginning to wonder if someone with a Heartstone can be commanded at all. If my experiments with the general fail, I may need to resort to self-experimentation, something that is obviously a last resort. Well, this is all very fascinating. Maybe we should briefly take a look at those letters. Dwarven sort of consuming. I guess that is the responsible thing to do in case those letters have relevance to the general that we're about to probably fight. Because we seem to be coming to the end of it. My dearest Celine, it's been a difficult day. General ordered us to keep the laborers, shore up the walls since they're starting to show their age, backbreaking work. The General knows what's best for Fort Frostmoth. I would follow him to Oblivion and back if he asked. There's a supply ship due on Solstheim in a few weeks. I hope to send you all these daily letters I've been writing. I miss you, Selena. Can't wait to see you when my time is through. Letter 2, Euphemius was killed this morning by one of those awful reeklings. We were escorting a supply wagon, blah, blah, blah. Party of those bastards ambushed us from the cliffs. We fought them off, but poor Euphemius was impaled. I watched him slip away as I held his hand. I don't know how much longer I can stand being here. My loyalty to the Empire and the strong words of General Carius delivers to us at each morning muster are the only things keeping me going. This is a moving series of letters. Give my love to the children, even more moving. See, there are good men with the Empire, but they're serving an evil cause. And this is what happens to them. They get killed for an evil cause. You hate to see it. Letter 3, the supply ship due in Solstheim hasn't arrived yet. No one knows what's happened. I'll keep writing these letters in hopes that they'll find you one day. It's awful being isolated like this, but the General tells us we need to maintain the fort for the good of the Empire. I believe what he's saying only because he's never led us down the wrong path in the past, but I'm wondering if anyone on the Imperial Council even gives a damn about this pile of rock. 4 soldiers have died in the last 2 years at Fort Frostmoth. Now, to be fair, that's not a very high attrition rate for Skyrim, but fair enough. It almost seems as though the Empire takes us all for granted. So true. You should have been a Stormcloak. You should have been an ally. My posting here cannot end soon enough. Maxian, you're a good man. Dearest Selena, this is my last letter. I don't know if you'll ever get them, but I keep them on me in case I'm ever found. Foreshadowing. Very prescient. Something happened here, Selena. It was horrible. Something's happened at the Red Mountain, but I can't describe it. It's as if hundreds of Oblivion gates opened at once. At its summit, and it's spitting fire and death in all directions. Fort Frostmoth has been completely destroyed. The walls crumbled like loose dirt, and the land is on fire. Everything around me smells of ash and death. I don't know where anyone is. I've been trapped. Don't expect to be rescued anytime soon. I miss you. I want to hold you and the children in my arms and tell you that everything's going to be fine, but I don't think that will ever happen. Give my love to Syracuse and Atia for me. Tell them their father died bravely defending the Empire, so they can hold their heads high when they speak of me one day. And you, my love, when you close your eyes at night, think of me so my spirit can finally come home. Yours always and forever, Maximian Axius. That was incredible. I'm glad we read it. Those were awesome letters, and, you know, not the most relevant to defending or defeating the general in this quest necessarily, but just a part of what makes the story compelling, makes Skyrim such an awesome game. Alright, here we go. Here we go, time to fight.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yes, me too. How come I can't? I'm trying to shout. Whatever. There it is.
Time to meet your fate.
Ooh, just one shot by. I was just about to drink a potion. Yo, we got wrecked. If I could have shouted earlier, that might have helped Annika stay alive. And that might have helped me not die. I kind of did. It's not surprising that we die there. Again, this is a pretty tough spot to be in for our current level, and it's the boss of the fort. That said, we haven't died in a while on this playthrough. Would have been cool not to. Let's see what we can do to not die this time. Wish I hadn't drank that fire resist potion earlier, but 'tis what it is. Okay, let's just raise our health.
Got a bad feeling about this.
For a little while, and hope it's good enough. Can we get the drop on the general? Not really.
Boost! Damn you!
Potentially if we... Oh, no. Not even close to beating them that way. I was going to say, potentially if we can get the drop on the general and kill him. Maybe the Ash Spawn will all die, but I kind of doubt it. So I think we need to kill the general last. He's only a melee character, probably does less damage. But we're getting absolutely wrecked. So I'm going to try one more time. If not, we might have to admit defeat.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
So I think now we're going to draw the aggro and then run away. Okay, Annika, run. Run! Oh, she's fighting. She's shooting, at least.
Split you in two. Boost!
Alright, we got one of them down. It's better than none. Fighting them one at a time.
Boost! That's the best you can do.
All right. Definitely don't want to get careless here. Oh my god, he hit so hard. One hit. Taking over half my health. Very timely, Foos.
Do your worst.
Oh, yes, we're getting him. Die! Woo! That was tough. Oh my goodness, look at this weapon. Oh, we found a new weapon, I think. The Champion's Cudgel, let's go. That thing is awesome. 58 damage on our current one versus 69 on the Cudgel. 30 points of Magicka versus 50% chance for each element of Fire, Frost, and Shock to do 25 points of damage. So I don't know if that's 25 stacking, like you can get it each time, or if it's just randomized, or if it's all together to kind of like level out against resistances. But, oh no, Annika's dead though, guys. Annika fell. That is very sad, but for the sake of realism, that's what happened. That's how it's gotta be. GG, though. Very rough indeed. Obviously, there's a lot of gear we want to come back and get, but right now we're just RIP Annika. Well, we took her away from her husband, and now she's never coming back. Very rough. But there's still one of these cursed ash spawn, and Halvar just becomes enraged. Time to see what this Crusher can do. Oh man, yeah, this is a sweet weapon. Or the Cudgel, not the Crusher, whatever. Definitely a little gloomy that Annika died. Losing a follower is never ideal. But we did what we set out to do. Let's drop something so we can travel fast. Dude, what an intense journey this was. Alright, out to Solstheim we go. Just in case something glitchy happens with Annika's body, I guess we should take some of this high-value stuff. But in theory, we'll be coming back. Can definitely drop those things easily enough. Poor old Annika. Alright, we'll be back for the rest, and in theory we'll be back to give her body a real Nord Viking funeral. A real Skyrim funeral. Well, friends, we learned that Solstheim takes no prisoners. We are strong enough to hang, but just barely. We learned there's a volcano here. What the heck? This place is wild, dude. Anyway, this was probably the most intense chapter of Halvar's saga thus far. We need to recruit Lydia again or find a new follower, because the one who joined us on this kind of speculative journey is no longer coming back. R.I.P. Annika. Thank you out there for watching. Please like and comment below. Spread this around. You know, I know we've got the visual tearing going on, but otherwise, guys, I think that... And I know that's a 10-year-old game. But otherwise, I think this is awesome content. I'm having a world of fun. Hope you are too. Thanks to all patrons. Thanks to all viewers. I will catch you next time for more adventures in Skyrim and in Solstheim. Take care.